stage 4 lung cancer survivor, currently diagnosed back in June of 2012. So as of right now, I'm considered stable, thanks to incredible advances in technology and medicine. So I'm very thankful to be here and talking about this right now, and a lot of that's due to the medical world and the way that drugs have made such a huge advancement in my 6 years. So when you talked before, you know, we were talking prior to you coming in, and one of the conversations was that I can talk about firsthand is that drugs, you know, are astronomical. For what I spend a month, when I talk to my friends, they're just blown away by the cost of what my monthly cost is. The one oral medication I take is about $15,000 a month, and another blood thinner is about $3,000.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of stuck in a rock and a hard place from where our income is and where subsidies come into effect from a drug manufacturer. So I was in a clinical trial, 2 of them, at Mass General. So I would go to Mass General every 3 weeks when I was in a clinical trial. So there was costs adding up to making a trip back up there every 3 weeks on top of, well, I was in a clinical trial. When you're in a trial, your medication is paid for by the manufacturer. Once I came off the trial, that's on me. So there's good and bad. The drug is FDA approved. I don't need to make trips to Boston, but now I'm paying for it. So happy to do so because I'm around talking about it. So the issue is we're kind of in a rock and a hard place. So once you come and see the costs, I'm not able to be subsidized because we make too much money, but yet, on the other hand, the money adds up rather quickly when you're, as you mentioned, the donut hole. So you're in that situation where the money can add up significantly rather quickly. So having been in a clinical trial, it's kind of perplexing to kind of come to a happy place that you want the drug manufacturers to make money so we can all live and thrive. On the other hand, I don't want to see somebody making obscene profits to the point where people can't actually live and have to make a choice between, you know, I know we've talked before about people cutting pills in half or cutting back on medications, missing doses. That's not been me, but I know people that have had to live in that world. Do you want to add anything to that?
Sure.
Hi, Senator. Just to add to that, when Bill got diagnosed with cancer 6 years ago, he went out on disability. So his income was greatly reduced at that time. But at that time, I was working full-time, so we had the health benefits through my company. Then my hours were cut to part-time, so we lost the health benefits. And like Bill said, the medication is very expensive, and the out-of-pocket costs that we have to pay. The pharmacist said that we make too much money to qualify for extra assistance with the medication, but we really don't because our income has been greatly reduced. But the bottom line is this medication is keeping Bill alive. Without this medication, he probably wouldn't be here today. And that's also why he did enroll in the clinical trial, because at that time, there were no other FDA-approved medications for him to take. And we know that when this drug stops working, which that's the eventuality, it is going to stop working one of these days, there are no other medications FDA-approved. So he will wind up going back into another clinical trial at that time. So we don't want anybody to not be able to get the medication that they need to save their lives. I mean, right now, we put it on charge cards. That's, you know, he has to have the medication. He can't live without it. It's not an option. And so we do what we need to do to keep him alive.